Kyndra's Corner, and yes, I'm in this round. It's like leopard peas, man. Don't play with it. Kyndra's Corner is a podcast that is dedicated to random polling questions, interesting news of the week. So I always have a great cast who comes and they join, they bring the funny and everything else. But I always gotta say my 2 cents before I bring these people on stage. I've noticed that men, y'all will wear y'all's best fit around a woman and still won't get no poontang. That's number one. And number two, this new weed does not make no noise, man, at all. Please bring back the loud. Okay, without further ado, let me go ahead and bring somebody who is a retired rapper. He said he stopped rapping at 28, but he's still out there doing shows. He just got back from London, and he was crowd surfing as well. He almost had, he's got groupies, the men and the women. But he's like, man, I don't swing that way. Let's go to Wings on a Plane.
Wow, what's jam, baby? What's jam? Yeah. We just touched down, feeling like a London blue. You hear me? All that good shit, baby. Yeah, it's been a good week.
Hey, listen. I appreciate you coming. Without further ado, I gotta bring on my father. The one who still owes my mama some child support. KLG, man, pay up, brother. Pay up.
Well, I told her could I use EBT or layaway, but for some reason she don't.
Nigga say layaway.
EBT for layaway. Hey, listen. Well, thank you, fellas, for definitely joining in, man. I appreciate you guys for coming on and always bringing the real, the funny, the ignorance, all that. So, without further ado, KLG, let me start with you first. Let's start with the interesting news of the week. So a woman was arrested and charged. This is a true story, by the way, y'all. A woman was arrested and charged with aggravated assault without intent to kill after she reportedly farted loudly in Dollar Tree and then pulled a knife on a man who complained. What are your thoughts on that, brother?
I fart in Dollar Tree all the time. What's the problem?
Has somebody ever complained though?
I would say it like this: they didn't complain, but they kind of knew it was me. Let me explain how. When your children be young, sometimes and like you're in the grocery store in line. You try to ease one out. Without anybody knowing about it, and don't nobody hear it. But your child, the next thing you know, he want to say loudly, "Ooh, Daddy, you pooed it." And so everybody turn around looking at me like, I'm like, boy, hush your mouth, boy. Hell wrong with you? They're like, I'm sorry, y'all, that was him. So
okay, well, that was him. Wings on a Plane.
But no, nobody. But no,
you okay? You okay over there? You sit here slap boxing the camera and everything. You got it together?
No, it's fine. It's fine. The camera away from me, actually. It just felt like I got it propped up on my big screen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, then. Go ahead, Wings on a Plane.
I also just got that off that way.
I'm still kind of low. You said the lady farted in the store and she got beat up because somebody.
No, basically what happened was she farted loudly in the store. Somebody had complained about it smelled bad, so she pulled a knife out on them.
Oh, so she farted and then pulled the knife on the person that complained about the smell. Damn. Okay, now there's. It gotta have more context than just that. It's some other shit happening there. Because of course we've all passed gas in public places. I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I just do this shit and walk off. We all do it. But that
was you when I first got to the dental office. I knew
that probably was. Yeah, it probably was me. That probably was me. I do that shit and walk off. But goddamn it, it ain't no me. If I hear somebody saying, "Oh, that shit stinks," I'm just gonna act like I ain't the person that's I'm not gonna pull a knife because now you let it be known you the stanky booty motherfucker. Unless they see you do it. Like if they saw you do it or you was in front of them. Like that's what I'm saying. It need context. Because for you to fight and then pull a knife on somebody talking about it gotta be some other shit in the mix of that. You hear me? But either way it go, I wouldn't be a person to be angry if somebody talks shit about me. Shit, it's cool. I know my shit stink. Everybody's shit stink. But the lady that pulled a knife on I think she got some real underlying mental issues. Because that's why I asked you, was this shit real? Where do you find these stories? Because this shit can't be real life.
It's real. She looks crazy.
She pulled a knife in the shit. It must have been in a dollar store. They had to be in a dollar store. This shit don't happen in a regular store. It had to be a dollar store.
Dollar Tree. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
yeah. This ain't Walmart Target behavior. We don't do that shit. You got to be a small store with little bitty spaces and shit. You know
Well,
it.
I will say, first off, that woman that like it's not that serious, baby. Like the times where I have, and I try. I know as a woman, that's the thing. We do not pass gas. We don't do number two, all that type of stuff. But I make sure I'm in my
You don't
car
do
if I
number two.
ever, huh?
You don't do number two.
I do what I'm saying. Women, have women like we're. Yes, I do. My
I'm
back
finna.
ain't.
They try to be cute. They
I'm
don't want
just.
fight in front of you. They try to be cute. They don't want poo in front of you.
Oh, but let me tell you though. Let me tell you though. It's always the ones that think they cute all the time and all the time think they fine and all that. But you ever walked in the bathroom after one? Boy, damn, they passed out, boy.
Those are the ones. Those are the
Yeah,
ones.
because they've been holding it all day. Let that shit go.
Yeah, well, that is definitely some, like you said, Dollar Tree type behavior,
And Kendra
and
look like the type that'll fart on the aisle, then run and wait till somebody else run into
That's me. I do that too. That's why I say I do that shit and walk right off. I'm gonna walk off like nothing happened.
I
it.
mean,
Come talk to you like, oh, what that smell is? I'm gonna come back like, damn, what that smell is? No, damn well I did it.
let me tell you something. If like in the store, I just make sure the aisle's clear, and I'm like, all right, hopefully it's not too loud or anything else in that manner. I have. It's been times where I've been in the bathroom, like, okay, maybe like a quick. Now I will say this. I remember. Okay, so y'all remember? I think of course I've shared this before. I was saying that there was the last guy I had liked. We would sit here and make these animal sounds with each other, whatnot. So one day I was in his house. I got snuck in his house, like later at night and everything else like that. It was supposed to be like park car conversation. Conversation was good, but I had to use the restroom. And so I said, I got to use the restroom. I got my wipes and stuff. And he's like, well, I'm going to take you in the house, but we got to be quiet. I said, okay, cool. So I'm using the restroom. I'm like, I hope no gas comes out. And I tell you, my bowel movement and everything, my body heard me. I said, okay, cool, no gas. We in there in the clear. But there have been times where I've used the restroom. And maybe this is my thing about public restrooms. And I've used the restroom, and the person next to you sound like Baghdad is going on up in there. I'm like, bro, let me hurry and get out. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell? And they be stinking. Man, it smells like a kangaroo's pouch, man. I'm like,
But
bro, let me get up out of here.
you got to understand we're all human. Everybody does it. I mean, we all do it. Like, what's the shame? We all have to do a number two. Like, what you hiding it for?
Yeah.
That's somebody who scared you with the loud Baghdad noise in the stall next to you.
You got to do what you got to. Have you ever been to jail? You got to sit in a room full of niggas. I mean,
No, I
you
have
got to
not.
suck it up and do what need to be done. You're not going to hold your shit for a month if you get in jail. You just going to have to suck it up, buttercup, and shit or piss, whatever you got to do.
I
I'm
agree.
sorry. I mean, this is the way to wear.
No, I know, but no, I don't. But yeah, but no, it's scary. I was like, whoa, yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't like using like public restrooms. If I can help it, I try not to. But but hey,
Oh, I agree with you on that one. I try my best not to use
try it
public
because
restrooms.
man, because KLG, you mentioned about like the truck stoppers bathrooms
Oh my
are so
God.
Y'all take showers in the bitch too, huh?
Not in those and stuff, but they got us now like little separate, like showers that we get into.
Okay.
Sometimes mostly they be clean, but you better still put on some shower shoes
Showers,
just in case,
yeah.
man. You better still do that,
Yeah.
man. But the thing about the truck stop, I guess that's what really got me like in a real clean state. I'm OCD when it comes to a lot of things and stuff. So, and when you go in a truck driver's bathroom, man, just be prepared to see anything. Okay,
Mm.
because you probably gonna see it. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, the local truck company, stores, they keep things mostly clean. But who gonna actually sit up there and be looking at the tile, make sure that tile a different color? It look like it still some shit on it. Let me scroll some more. Who do you think that's gonna do that? So one thing I really hate though, y'all. One thing I really hate. I'm glad y'all brought this up. Don't y'all hate it when y'all go in a public restroom now? Somebody in there already shit. So it already stank in there, right? But time you go in there, you got to do that. Joker get up and leave. So guess what? When somebody
They
else come
think
in there,
they think it's you doing it. I mean, but at that point, do it really matter? The fuck, you got to shit. It's gonna come out. It's just gonna mix with the other smell. Fuck it. We just gonna. It's a bathroom. It's supposed to stink. It's not supposed to smell good. It's a restroom. I mean,
Wait,
fuck.
hold
It's
up,
not
hold
supposed to
up.
smell good. It's a restroom. Yeah, man.
But see, here's the thing though. When that joker get up and leave, you can hear people coming in. God damn. But,
But
and then you, what's the first thing they do? What's the first thing they do? They're gonna
look
look
at
up
the
in their store
shoes.
to see
I'm
what
gonna look at the
shoes.
shoes.
Yeah,
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 I'm
look
gonna
at
look
the
at the shoes.
shoes and stuff. Next thing you know, everybody walking around looking at your ass like you so nasty.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at them shoes. First thing I do is say, if you sitting down at the stall, I'm looking at the shoes. I'm say, oh, that was that nigga shitting in the bathroom. You nasty. We
See?
always do that. We got to do that.
Wait. But you know what I have a problem with, and this is where it's like what we need to do. Again, you take a dump. I've taken a dump in public, all that type of stuff. But what I'm saying is, if I know I have my poop stains, I'm gonna ask a custodial, can I get some cleaner? I need to clean this up. I do not like going behind someone whenever that time period was. And
Oh
I just
man.
see it's just they done spelled their name with their poop stains and put their initials and everything. I'm like, bro, clean this up.
She's not lying.
Flush.
She's not lying. She's not lying. Cause I'm sitting up here like I thought we were grown folks, man. You walk in the bathroom, man, and it literally look like somebody done spilled their name and they piss, done missed the toilet with the shit. I'm like, man, really?
Now you guys both are correct. And to your point, Kyndra, I did some time in environmental service. I did some of that at the hospital at
That
Piedmont.
was just call it.
God
That
bless you.
was just
Well,
call
that's what my name tag said. I was a glorified custodian, but they call it environmental services. So I would have to clean the restrooms in the hospital. Ironically, women are so fucking nasty. You guys are nasty. The women's restroom would always be worse than the guys. Now you would think it'd be the other way around, but I would
What?
literally go into the women's restroom. They like niggas, bro. They nasty, dog. And ever since
no.
that stint doing environmental services, and you could be the most prettiest woman. When I would see restrooms fucked up like they were, I would think any woman that reject me, I'd be like, bitch, that probably was your nasty ass in that bathroom when I was cleaning that shit, moving that shit out and shit. To make me feel better, like, cause that shit was nasty. I'm like, bitch, that probably was you. So no matter how cute a fine a bitch is, that go in my mind because I know that part between your body is self cleansing and it does certain things every 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So, bitch, I don't care how fine and cute you is, you nasty. You nasty, bitch. Especially if you make me feel bad. You hear me? Nah, bitch, you don't go like that.
Here's a tall tale. So what I like doing, like I said, with my bathroom, everything, one of the things I definitely make sure to stock up on, especially if I have, the extra money or whatever, I like to get those wet wipes. Those wet wipes are amazing. So I make sure to get the wet wipes and stuff like that. I have my Clorox cleaner, so it's always, I just make sure, definitely make sure, with it all. But yeah, but women, that's what I always say, man.
Yeah, y'all
Like
nasty.
I can't believe I was out here when I've been in the women's restroom. Like, bro, I can't believe I was out here eating cat because these women.
What the fuck? That wait, man. What the damn, bro, that threw me off. No, wait, hold on.
I'm like,
I'm still doing it, shit, and I know they were down bad. I'm still fucking doing it, shit.
That first lick, man, tastes like some apple cider vinegar.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You're fucking crazy, bro.
Let's go. Let's go. It's a little tangy smell, All right, number two.
Oh my
Wings on the plane. Let me come to you first, or come to you. Yes. So Wings on the plane. A man was arrested for slapping a pregnant woman who was smoking a cigarette. He broke the cigarette in half and then walked away, and he started smoking a cigarette himself. He then got angrier, came back and punched her in the stomach. What are your thoughts on that?
He must have been the baby daddy. He had to be the baby daddy. He didn't want her to have that baby. Cause first off, it's one thing. The lady pregnant. You smoke a cigarette now. I wouldn't. I would tell you something about that if you're doing it around me. Like, man, but I wouldn't go as far as to slap you and take the cigarette, smoke it, come back, punch you in and stuff. Like that's too much, bro. Like what the fuck? That nigga must be mentally. I think you be looking at fucking mental asylum fucking stories and finding these crazy people because that sound the actions don't. They don't add up, bro. Like you're doing too much. Now the lady, she shouldn't be smoking while she's pregnant. Yeah, it's a Surgeon General warning on the box. She knows this. She bought it. That's her body, her choice. Now it's one thing to try to be proactive and say, "Hey, I don't think you should do that," but you do not physically touch someone. You don't fucking take nothing from them, and you definitely don't hit a pregnant lady, bro. You don't hit women, period, but not a pregnant lady, bro. So yeah, he was damn batshit wrong. He was batshit wrong. Good message, but wrong delivery.
Maybe we looking at this in the other direction. Now let's take this worldview for a second.
Mhm.
Let's just say they was in an argument, and she just told him that I already took out child support on you. You know, and then he noticed that his check was a little short, and he didn't know who Charles Porter was. Some people think that's some nickel, Charles Porter, when really it's called child support.
He's a child supporter. He's a child supporter.
So,
That's good.
Man.
so the thing about it, when she told him who Charles Porter was and stuff, that's when he got mad. He slapped the fuck out of her, knowing he ain't gonna get his money back, and that's why he fired up that cigarette. Then he came back and like, hold up. He was like, hold on, this shit gonna come out every pay period. Oh hell no! So he gotta go slap her ass again. It makes perfect sense to me. It makes a lot.
I
Oh
I
shit.
agree with KG. I don't have nothing to say. I'm so against any woman. Period. And KG's had to stop me before. Remember that time, KG, you had to stop me. I'm so against any woman. Period. Who smokes a cigarette. But you know what? Hey.
Yeah.
But I agree with your story. So let's go ahead and go with the random polls for a night. So KG, I'm gonna go to you first.
But I'm gonna say this though, y'all stick with Wings on the Plane story. His makes sense as well and stuff.
Yeah, that was the baby daddy. He was the baby daddy. He didn't want that baby. Abortion, they can't get the abortion no more. Because of Trump. They can't get no more abortion.
Oh yeah.
Well, number one. So KLG, why is it that when a woman doesn't trust a man, it's called intuition, but when a man doesn't trust a woman, it's called insecure?
I thought it just called I just don't trust your ass. Let's see. That's what I thought it was called. I think for stuff like that, I think it's really like it's like the wording of it, okay? So intuition, insecurity and stuff like that. For some reason, women want to try to put a man down a little bit and stuff like, you insecure about yourself. No, bitch, you stole my money and I need it back and stuff. So I mean, intuition, let's be real. Y'all women have intuition about every damn thing. Y'all have intuitions about whether y'all should fart or hold it. Y'all got intuitions or on who to run off the road and who don't, which by the way, all women can't drive. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. All y'all the road hogs. All y'all. I'm talking about you too.
Excuse me, I drive way better than you.
No ma'am. Anybody who make it from South Georgia to North Georgia in 2 hours and stuff, oh Lord, you terrorize me.
I was going the regular speed.
But on the real though, y'all, I really don't know why they do that though. But I'm gonna say this though, they need to stop that because I still feel like it's a form of trying to make a man look like he's weak and stuff. When you say a woman has intuition, it's kind of putting them up here and a man down here talking about something he insecure. No, let's bring it like this right here. And stuff. Everybody has intuition and stuff about things and stuff. Sometimes all of us are insecure about something. So that's how I feel about that.
Okay, good answer. Wings on the Plane, go ahead.
I think that shit is really just semantics, really. I mean, because fuck, niggas can be insecure just like women can be insecure. So, like when you say women, I think it's more so semantics. Like when you say women's intuition, I don't think it's a guy equivalent to that. You know what I'm saying? Like men's, what is it? Men's what? You know what I'm saying? So, yes, both parties could be insecure. It ain't just a man thing with the insecure. It's on both ends. Now, I can say, I'm with you on the intuition part, cause it's some kind of way, y'all motherfucker always want the money, always want the bag. God damn it. That's why it's intuition with women. You got to pay these motherfuckers to get in. It costs tuition. So that's kind of where I'm going with that. You want to get in, it's tuition. So that's a woman in tuition. You see what I'm saying? Follow me there. We don't have one because our shit is free. We just give it away to anybody who want it. So we don't have a male equivalent to that because dick is free for the ladies. They ain't got to pay for this dick. We just give it to them because we want to. You got to jump through all kind of loops to get in, which is where the tuition for the woman comes from. Now, the deeper aspect of that part is once we go in the woman, we're going inside of her. So spirits are being exchanged. We have outies. So we're pushing our into her. She can feel us inside of her body, her spirit. That's why when you hit that motherfucker with that soul pole, you touch a bitch, your soul and that spirit, you do something to them. That's why we can fuck a lot of people and have no emotional attachment to them. But they get that dick one good time from you, a bitch want to get married and fall in love. So that's kind of where I'm like, well, shit, with the women intuition, that shit is y'all, I don't know how they made it, but niggas, we don't have an equivalent to that because we just, I don't know. They don't think that highly of us, I guess. I don't know.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, y'all both got. How do I follow up behind this?
Women with your intuition.
Yep.
Come on with your intuition. Come on with it. We waiting on it now. You the only lady on the goddamn panel.
You know what? I used to really think that men didn't have intuition, but like KG said, everybody has it. I think the thing is like with men, with the women, it's more expounded on. I think like, okay, so I made a comedic video about this last week, and I was saying that, you know, it's not that women don't get caught cheating. It's just that the man really just ain't gonna care to sit here and do this investigation process. Right, even if he may have an inkling, he's going on about his day, unless it's like real in his face, like, oh yeah, she's cheating on me. You know, it can be like something as little as, okay, it's 4:00, he's supposed to be home by 4:05. He shows up at 4:10. I'm about to start investigating. He must be with somebody. Whole time you know in the car and you know parked outside, you got to debrief before coming in or whatever else it may be, or maybe you want to talk somewhere. Say that again, KJ.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so it's like, I think the thing is, a lot of times as a woman, I feel like we can easily place ourselves, like for me, I'm an overthinker with a lot of stuff, which is not really a good thing because I can overthink myself into a pit. So I'm you know, days I'm like, okay, Lord, help me with my overthinking with certain situations. However, I think it's one of those things, like I say, that we can really just be that person to really mess up certain things. Everything is not like, okay, let's just use our intuition for this. Let's use our intuition for that. It's kind of like, bro, just chill out. Like, let's perspective take. If he shows up 10, 15 minutes later, it's okay. You shouldn't chill. You just chill out about that. Like, who knows? He'll tell you what's going on or whatever. You know, just be like I said, men are chill. That's why I like hanging out with guys. Y'all are chill. Y'all ain't, you know, typically men who have the right amount of testosterone, not the estrogen in them, because it's too. As time has progressed, man, it's way too much. Going back with answering the question, I just honestly believe it's one of those things where no one cares about a man. They don't care about how they feel. Like I said, for example, I just really, you know, a few years back, I didn't know that men had an intuition. I thought it was just women. That's why it's like, okay, women don't really get caught cheating for real. Men always get caught and everything else like that. But why is it called, you know, why is it like that as far as, because, again, the world
Because that's the time, at the time where sometimes the one we cheating with is so fine, we don't listen to our intuition at the time. Our intuition about to tell us, nigga, you need to get home right now. She on her way.
All right.
She on her way, nigga. Oh, Lord, this nigga done pulled down his pants. Dude, come on. You know, that be the time that we don't, I ain't gonna lie, we really don't listen. We know we got a crazy heifer at the house. We know that she's on her way to kick our ass and shoot us and stuff, but, you know.
Hey, and God, listen, you can't say God isn't trying to talk to you, and He is, but you know, hey, when you thinking with the wrong head, then stuff like that happens. So yeah, that's what I will that's what I will say as far as what's the answer is, because nobody cares about about a man, but no, men and women both have intuition. It's just all about, and on top of that, listen, ladies, y'all, both parties, if you see the signs or red flags, notice a pattern change, play on to that. Look, like, really don't sit there and just be blind to the fact because of the fact that you need a place to stay. Play on, don't sit there and be played because you need a place to stay. Come on now, like, it's dumb. Let me go to, who do I go to? KLG, let me go to you next for the next question. So let's talk about school, education. So what do you believe it'll take for school administration to provide extra help for special education classes? I've noticed that they'll take money and place it on the sports teams, you know, with certain schools, instead of more important things needed around the school. What do you think it'll take?
A child flipping out and killing everybody.
God damn, nigga, what the fuck? Hold up, bro.
Let me tell you why I say this. They know a lot of these kids they put in those programs and stuff be needing help, right? and stuff. So, and they know the environment that we in, right? Kids like that can be led to do anything. And so I know that sounded harsh, but here's the reality of it. Stuff like this happens almost all the time. So therefore, I mean, it's all comes from lack of resources. That's what most crime and most stuff come from, lack of resources. But some of this stuff also comes from people that just don't understand it, and they whiffs of not understanding because they're so confused. Sometimes they feel like they can't like learn like the rest of the kids do. Sometimes that frustrates them. And we all know children are very, very cruel. They all the time passing by them children. Look at them dumb asses in that room right there.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, one of them got tired of this shit. That's all I can
That's
say.
usually what I got time for. That nigga crazy.
But
Oh
that's what I
shit.
think, man. They really need to start looking at the obvious answer instead of trying to let's go and debate about this. Let's go and see about this right here. No, man, it's the obvious answer, man. Just quit all the BS and just handle what's in front of you and stop trying to handle it another way. Because we
Yeah,
all see where that's gotten us nowhere.
nowhere indeed. I love the answer. Wings on the plane. What about you, brother?
As far as that, I work in pediatrics, so I'm kind of familiar with the area. That'll take. It's not one specific answer that can answer that. You know what I'm saying? Because each person is different, especially children. So it'll definitely take manpower. You'll need the people, but those people will have to have the necessary skills and patience to deal with these children. Because you can throw money at the problem, but who's using the money to do what they need? You're gonna need people in place to help these slower children that need developmental issues to help. And I've seen it a lot. Like now, just because a child is like it's classes that are more intimate or need more attention than other students doesn't mean that they're not gonna become successful. And like I know a lot of people that was in fucking special slow classes when they were younger that grew up to be successful adults. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they be successful adults, but it takes people around you to have patience to work with you. You know what I'm saying? Like because I don't have children, so I don't have maternal bones. I can work with you to a certain extent, but I ain't got no patience to be like, oh, man, fuck that. You gonna get it right now, and I'm showing you. So you gotta have people that have patience to be able to deal with those type of children. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it's just a one solution type of fix the whole problem. It's gonna take a lot of different systems in place to fix something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, fuck, that's just me. I don't know.
Well, honestly, I believe if we actually, number one, if the kids and the parents in the run the school system, we got the respect that was needed and necessary, then I honestly believe that they would actually have that. We would have teachers there to really show up and care. Like if you raise the price of for the educators, if the administration, like I have come across administration, so many different admin who just really didn't care. They were just there for a check, and it's like, bro, you guys don't make that much money. It's like I'm asking for help. I'm pushing a button. Times where I push a button, nobody has even shown up. I've had to send kids to go and run out to go and get some help and everything else like that. They don't. Again, what I've learned is these adults like to pimp these kids out. Let's just call a spade, man. A lot of these adults will pimp these kids out. They will sit here and for example, if you got a son or a daughter, you sit here and you put them in sports because okay, they're gonna be my meal ticket to finally, like, if they made it, I made it. I'm their mama, I'm their daddy, da 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 da. A lot of times, even when it came to let's say I want to use no, because I don't want to get sued. There's a particular football player.
You crazy.
There's a football player. Okay, y'all don't say because I don't. Because listen, we're not gonna get sued. None of us are gonna get sued.
This ain't toxic K. We don't do that shit that baby do over there. We don't do that toxic K.
There's a football player who has a podcast. It's pretty known and everything else. Well, anyway, he graduated high school out here in my city, and he plays. I think he still plays in the NFL. Well, what happened when he was in high school? The admin used to sleep with him. Why? Because of the fact that they knew he was going to end up making it. Right? I remember at my school what they used to do was the football coaches all just so happened to be history teachers. They all were history teachers. And guess what they would do? They would actually have printed like when it was time to take a test, they would give specifically strategically give every football player who was on the team the actual right answers of the test. Like, here's the test, here's the answer. They'll put a little dot, and so they can basically pass. They always made 100. Meanwhile, I'm over here, with a 75, 80, right? But again, it's a thing where people care more about a person making it than they do with their education. They don't care about that. It's like, like, let me ask y'all a question. I know Wings on Playing, you say you're a smaller guy, like 5'4", 5'5", and everything else like that. And you're like 140 pounds and everything else like that. I know you're like 5'6", about like 200 or something like in that realm. Did y'all's parents ever force y'all into sports or force y'all to play something that y'all didn't like? Let me start with Wings on the Playing first.
Not really. They didn't force it. They didn't force it. They would let us go pick and do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? I tried and found out I wasn't that good at the shit. So I was like, well, fuck it. Go rap or some shit. Go talk to the girls or something. But we had the free will.
What was the first sport that you realized you weren't good at?
Well, I used to like football. I was really good at catching it until it's time to get hit. Oh, fuck that shit. These niggas hitting too hard. You ain't about to be slamming me, picking me up, tackling me, nigga. I'm a little nigga. Everybody want to get a hit off. Nigga, I'm little. You don't get strikes for that shit. You big ass nigga be KG side. We kids. These niggas, my KG side trying to hit me. Goddamn. We little kids, nigga. Goddamn. We ain't getting money for this shit, bro. But I learned that early on. So, but we always had the free range to pick what we wanted to. Luckily for me, I was always like a fucking imaginative type of kid. I used to watch cartoons and shit, doing what kids do. So I had an affinity for writing and poetry and shit at a young age. So that pivoted me over to the rap side and all that type of shit. So I got to that as I got older and say, fuck the sports. But I wasn't never good at it anyway. So, fuck it.
What about you, KLG?
For me and stuff, I played sports. I played basketball and stuff. I felt like I wasn't, because I was short and stuff, because I was stout and stuff. I already knew it was like, man, that little nigga ain't gonna be able to do nothing. That's why, like, I thank God for my cousin, man. He used to come by the house, get me up out of bed and stuff, and be like, man, let's go, and start jogging, running, practicing on my shot and stuff like that, because I knew I had a whole lot of things that was against me. So in order for me to rumble, I had to prepare myself to rumble. Now, I still suck, but here's the thing, though. I never quit. And see, I'm not gonna stop. Anything that you put your mind to, you're never gonna stop. My parents never forced me to do it. I wanted to do it and stuff. And in everything I do, I always have a point to prove that I can succeed some sort of way. And I guess that's why I have a determination spirit for the fighting spirit, Modelo.
Amen.
I think say Modelo. I like that.
Amen. Well, let me say this, right? I do know, like I said, that's one prime example of like I said, with the individual who was at the school out here, like, and they treated him basically like he was a celebrity. He would roam when it's time to be in class. He's roaming the hallways. He's not. He like he just got all the leverage. And again, it to me it's just sad. Whether it's you have parents who put their kids, who place their children out there. I'm gonna tell you a story that's really sad, and I don't know if he has come to the realization. So I can say his name. So Shad Moss, Lil Bow Wow, aka Bow Wow. Whatever else it may be. So to find out that his mother, at the time his name was Kid Gangsta, which I'm like, why this boy's like 4 or 5 years old, right? Why you got him already named as something that's negative? So to find out that his mother had him rolling with these grown men, the Dog Pound, Snoop Dogg and everything else, at the age of 4 or 5, like 5 years old. And if y'all heard Snoop Dogg's album, Doggy Style album, he was on there and he was over here, cursing like real bad. And to me, I don't know about y'all, but I don't find nothing attractive or cute when I see a 4-year-old just cursing out an adult, like just going off, like Have y'all ever been cursed out by a kid before, like who's like 4 or 5 years old?
No,
Yeah.
because they knew I'd kill them.
Yeah, I have, and I have been one of those kids that well, I'm from New Orleans, baby. Yeah, I'm all that shit. The kids, we advanced down there. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been for real. Yeah,
Okay.
for real.
But anyway, but just like I say, seeing Bow Wow's story just it made me sad because I'm like, wow, his mother really, that was like he was like her meal ticket to like finally make it out and everything else like that. But still, like I said, kind of going back, let's going back with the education realm. Again, nobody cares about that. Like Coach Carter, one of my favorite movies. If you watch that movie, there was a scene where basically he was, they voted to end the lockdown because of the fact that they wanted those boys to play and they didn't care about their grades.
The grades.
It's embarrassing
Yeah.
as a whole when you are our age, right? And you don't know the simple, like the basic English language, grammar, your preposition, your adverbs, your nouns. Now, I haven't, of course, when I started back teaching, it was like, oh, shoot, let me do a quick refresher course with certain things. But it's really embarrassing when I've had a man who have texted me, I've been wanted, WONTED, U, the letter U.
Well, he might have just been hood nigga texting now. Let's give him a little credit. I do that shit too. I'm not a spare, but I do that when I'm texting. I ain't gonna lie. Give him a little grace. Give him a little grace.
You banned. Because there should be no, why are you texting like that? I don't like a man who texts like that.
So you want a nigga to text like Shakespeare? You want him to text you like fucking William Shakespeare in a text message?
No, I want it to be actual letters, like real words. Like if you gonna spell out the F word, don't put FUK, put FUCK. Okay.
Yeah. He sound like me. I think like that nigga. I ain't gonna lie. He a real nigga, dog. Nah. He a real nigga, bro. he a real nigga. He a real one, dog. We ain't got time to be spelling them fucking words. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put 3 goddamn letters. You know what the fuck I'm saying? I ain't got time to spell all that shit. That's why we text it. It's abbreviation. Goddamn it, I ain't about to spell all this shit no text. So he a real nigga because I text just like you explained. What did you just? I text just like that. So I feel your pain, brother. More power to you, brother. I give him a thumbs up. Nah, we thumbs up. Goddamn, we thumbs up.
Just kind of wrapping. Like I said, just kind of wrapping up. And what my answer is, what's it gonna take? I'm gonna go with KLG. When somebody blows up, they go, the kid crashes out and then doesn't have a. But again, I'm gonna keep it real with you. That ain't gonna be enough. They don't care. They'll have a funeral about it. They'll be sad for a couple of days and they'll go back to the same thing. What's it gonna take? I don't know what it will take. Nothing. They don't care. Like I said, man, the best thing to do, because we are in a day and age, AI is getting more powerful.
Yeah.
It's to the point where you don't really know what's what. These teachers are about to get replaced.
You think so? You think AI is going to replace real human teachers?
I believe so. They're taking over.
I don't know.
Like I said, y'all need to pull y'all's kids out of school, man. Remember we had this discussion about homeschooling, and pull your children out of school. It's better for you to try. If not you educating, just find other alternatives. Especially when you know for a fact your child is not getting the help that they need. I'm telling you, I have seen like how admin really just doesn't. They'll just kind of pacify, said individual, said child. So or whatever else it may be. But listen, this. Thank you guys so much. I thank y'all so much for just y'all's time, just y'all's opportunity for coming on the podcast, man. Y'all have been a delight. Per usual, y'all always come with the laughs, man. Always come with the funny. Wings on fun. No, wait, hold on. Wings on fun. You said y'all was advanced. So did you ever curse at your parents, or would y'all just be? Would you say?
Yeah, I to this day, if you heard me, my mother speak right the how just normal, you would think that was my sister or something. Just the way we talk, you'd be like, how the fuck you talk around your mama like that? But yes, the children from where I'm from are a lot more advanced, and I can see that now looking at my nieces and nephews because they so green. I started having sex at 16. The young lady was 22. Like she would come pick me up and shit like that. So now looking at like the children, so I was late though. So that to me, I was late fucking, and I was 16. So if you 16 having sex and you think that's late, you gotta think you around other kids that's already fucking before you. So we was doing a lot more advanced shit than cursing. You know what I'm saying? So a child cursing you out, that's normal. Like, bitch, yeah, they curse better than adults too. The kids, them motherfuckers curse better than adults. That's it's a normal thing, you know. And if you ever heard kids talking while you're not around, because I always hear my niece and nephews a lot doing it, them motherfuckers, they curse like sailors. Like kids really do. They just be nice around y'all. So, you know.
Well, got you. Every place is different. So wait, let me ask you just one last question, and I'm gonna do my just ending. Let me ask you one last question, Wings. How do you what's the level? I know you said with you and your mom, you would think that y'all are brother and sister. How do you decipher? How does she lay down the law that I'm your mom and you're my son? You're gonna respect me, or you guys never really had that?
Well, yeah, we don't have to have that because I that's my mother. I know this is my mother. Even though we have that dynamic of us being that close, like me and my mother are only 16 years removed. You know, so I'm 38. Like,
was your mom a teenage mother? I was
yeah, so she's 16. Like when I was 16, my mother was 32. I was fucking someone close to her age when I was a teenager. So we have more so of that type of dynamic. So if you heard us talk, you'll be like, nigga, respect your mama. Bitch said that. That's my mama. I respect her. And she knows that, but I won't disrespect her per se. You type of shit. You see what I'm saying? So it would never be no issue like that.
Your father?
Pops, if my mother is 54, so Pops got to be like 52.
Okay, so they were like, so your father's 14 years older than you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I told you the kid knew all of them motherfuckers start early, bro. I'm telling you. It start early, bro.
We're gonna end it here because I'm be asking so much for coming on, man. You know, bringing the funny, bringing the laughter. You got the creative stories, you know, creative juices, the Modelo, all that type of stuff. With that being said, to the audience, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you all so much. Wings on the Plane, I believe it was you. You actually had something that somebody said, bro, real. That's very valid. It was one of those points that you said, but hey, they loved it. So hey, shout out to that person.
Shout out to you, baby. I dog Voltage. Shout out to you for being the real one. You hear me? Shout out to you, baby.
There it is. Well, listen, man. We are out. Y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. We're out.